I'd like to welcome you all to the 2023 AI Awards. So everybody give a big clap for each other. It's been an absolutely incredible year in the world of AI, truly amazing. Every week becomes different and better. I've cancelled my Netflix subscription because every year is happening in the world of artificial intelligence. It's happening every day. Some new innovations are happening. The hype is over. Well, still a bit of hype, but so many case studies are coming to market. And, you know, we've been going for 5 years now. AI Ireland is a not-for-profit, and we've had over 500 applications since then. And this year, it's incredible to see how the applications have built on large language models from a business perspective, not necessarily from that data science perspective, and we're seeing the real value that's actually coming from that. AI was named Word of the Year in the Collins Dictionary, would you believe that as well? And we've also had this opportunity with Gen AI coming to town, that these applications are now becoming front and center for everybody being able to actually use them, which is phenomenal. In the space of a year, we've seen so many different types of innovations come true. This year, we've got a new award, which is AI and Sustainability, building on our work that we had on social good as well. And you're going to see 12 categories of AI applications in action too. But with AI and with the opportunity and the potential with that, there's also the importance of trust. And from our research in the market, we've seen that one of the challenges with artificial intelligence is that the general public don't trust us. They've got concerns and fears around us. However, on the positive note, what we're seeing within our research, and actually building on research with Microsoft in May of this year, is that 45% of people were concerned about AI impacting their job. But within the same survey globally, 75% were really excited about how AI was going to add a lot of innovation within their role and also reduce manual efforts. So we do have that kind of warped view, where we're kind of a dual view, where we're looking at it. In one way, we're concerned about what will happen to our job, but we're also very, very excited about the opportunity that we can use for AI to actually reimagine the jobs that we have, but also reimagine the jobs for our team and our workforce as well. Within my role day to day, I get to see how AI is applied in Ireland and the US and parts of Europe. And it's a real opportunity for Ireland to be able to grab this with both hands and create jobs for the future and really put a calling card. And today we're very, very lucky. We're going to have the AI Ireland ambassador, Patricia, speaking and giving a little bit of an overview about her role in Ireland. And then later we're going to have a panel session from different people coming and sharing their thoughts about why Ireland is a good place to invest and also what we need to do to build out this ecosystem collectively too. What I'd like to do is firstly thank you for attending today. It's so important and really appreciate. Thank you for everyone that applied for the awards and our finalists. And also a massive thank you to our sponsors for sponsoring our awards today. Also a really big shout out to our principal sponsor, Microsoft. 5 years ago, I went to Paul Shanahan at the time, and I was 2 months into AI Ireland, and I said I'd like to create the AI Awards. And he said, what's your goal and your vision? And I said, I'm still figuring that out, but would you like to be our principal sponsor? And we fleshed it out a little bit more, and within that day, we shook hands, and he became our principal sponsor, and it became a foundation for what we were doing, and we're so grateful for Microsoft to do it. I'd also like to give a shout out to Mazars, because when I spoke to Lorcan, I'd previously left my job 2 weeks prior to that, and I pulled a muscle in my back. I was struggling to actually walk. I was on the couch, and I spoke to Lorcan. I said, Lorcan, I've got this idea for the awards. Would you like to be the sponsor? Would you like to be our first sponsor? And Lorcan backed it, and he became our first sponsor, which was really important because we could tell people, like Microsoft, we had a sponsor, and then we could build from that. And since then, we've had so many presentations and been able to bring different people to the ecosystem, and I'm really, really grateful for that. I'm also grateful for the sponsors that have come on board and really helped throughout that. Today is going to be relatively short. You're going to see short, snappy videos about how AI is applied, and the purpose of that is to give you case studies that when you leave here today, you'll have seen over 48 applications of AI being used. So you'll be able to walk away feeling like, I've got some ideas, I can actually take it to the next level. And if you're a little bit overwhelmed by AI, that's okay, because every day it's changing, we all need to keep up. But there's never been a better time to be in the world of artificial intelligence, and I truly, truly believe that. I'd like to welcome onto our stage first General Manager of Microsoft Ireland, Anne Sheehan, and Anne is going to present the award for Best Application of AI in a Student Project. If everybody could give a big round of applause to Anne, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Can I start by saying a massive thank you to Mark? I think when you sponsor something for as long as we've been sponsoring, it is about the individuals, and I think we should give him, and he's had a book out, I think, in the last few weeks. So a big clap, well done, Mark, as he puts a huge amount of effort in, so thank you. So on behalf of Microsoft, we're delighted to be one of the key sponsors of the AI Awards, and now to present the award for the best application of AI in a student project. So let's hear a little bit about our finalists.
Hi there, my name is Patricia, and I recently completed my master's degree in data science from UCD. The focus of my project was to identify and rank optimal locations for new electric vehicle charging stations in Dublin. During the initial research phase, I discovered that most of the existing work done in this field used optimization algorithms like multiple integer linear programming and particle swarm optimization, with cost reduction as their primary goal. Interestingly, I couldn't find any existing work specifically tailored to Dublin. Initially, I attempted to adapt these established approaches to Dublin. However, I encountered a significant roadblock. The essential data I needed, such as new EV station setup costs and land acquisition expenses, were not available, even after reaching out to different Irish government institutes. Thus, I had to come up with a novel approach, where I created a set of heuristics and leveraged open source location data from sources like OpenStreetMap and OpenChargeMap to create a robust list of potential locations. These locations served as the base for my analysis. I also incorporated demographic information from CSO and Mobile Deprivation Index for these locations. I then leveraged the DBScan algorithm to refine this list into final selection of locations and used the novel concept of sphere of influence and a distinctive scoring function to rank each location in this final list. The implications of this analysis are profound, especially given that Dublin City Council plans to deploy another 1,650 new EV stations by 2025. I believe that my project could provide a valuable starting point for this ambitious plan. Thank you so much for listening.
Hello and greetings to everyone at the AI Awards Ireland. This is Chun Yang. I'm PhD graduate from DCU. I'm thrilled to be shortlisted for the Young AI Role Model of the Year and the Best Application of AI in Student Project categories. Let's take a quick dive into our project. Our project centers around enhancing large language models like GPT-3 for question answering tasks. The goal is to integrate semantic and multimodal knowledge, pushing the boundaries of AI capabilities. Large language models have transformed the way how we interact with AI, but they do still face challenges in understanding context and leveraging external knowledge, especially in multimodal formats. We have focused on reducing the dependency of these models on superficial features, enabling them to answer more complex, context-driven questions. It's about making AI smarter, more versatile, more intuitive. Our research can revolutionize multiple sectors, from enhancing customer service bots to improving AI tutors, making AI models fairer and more efficient. In summary, our work not only pushes the frontiers of AI research, but also paves the way for more advanced, reliable, and equitable AI applications in our daily lives.
My project addresses the scarcity of training data for deep learning in indoor autonomous robots. The lack of pixel-wise annotations for segmentation tasks is a major hurdle to developing vision algorithms required for these robots. To address this, I developed a Unity-based simulator capable of creating pixel-perfect semantic segmentation datasets transferable to real-world scenarios. Using basic in-game assets, I simulated real-world office scenarios and generated semantic image pairs with customizable specifications. Using a model trained exclusively on this synthetic data, I evaluated its performance on a manually annotated real-world dataset of office scenes. This model was successful at recognizing real-world semantics despite never encountering them before, thus validating the real-world transferability of the simulator. While this project is basic, with higher quality assets and an increased scene catalogue, its efficacy could significantly improve. The functionality could also be expanded to include instance segmentation, normal mapping, and depth mapping, enhancing its utility as a critical tool for training indoor robots that can operate safely alongside humans.
Hello everyone, my name is Wei Lan. I work in UCD School of Computer Science. My supervisor is Dr. Catherine Mooney. My submission based on automatic seizure detection method in mouse models of epilepsy. Epilepsy is a common neurological disease that affects up to 70 million people worldwide. Library mice has played an important role in understanding epilepsy. The research problem arises from challenges in manually analyzing EEG data in mouse models of epilepsy. The manual process was time-consuming and was slowing down the research progress. To address this problem, I developed an automatic seizure detection method, AI, which is free for academic use. Commercial users can contact us for a lesson. This work collaborates with RCSI and SFI Feature Neural Research Center. AI speeds up drug discovery by quickly annotating seizures in mouse models, which are already used by some institutions. AI has attracted interest from several companies, with one notable company forming a partnership that extends beyond the data and funding. AI has also obtained worldwide attention, with around 200,000 page views and visits from 19,000 individuals or institutions across 140 countries, and scoring its international significance and profound global impact.
What a fantastic group of finalists. I think give them all a big round of applause. But fortunately or unfortunately, there always has to be just one winner, and he's a very worthy winner. So for Balaji Padmanayathan, please, you are the worthy winner. Congratulations.
And now I would like to bring to the stage Patricia Scanlon, our AI Ireland ambassador. If we could all have a massive shout out, a big clap for Patricia.
Thanks, Mark, and congratulations. It's great to see this getting stronger every year. I gave a keynote here last year. What a how different the conversation on AI is from this year to last year. I don't know how many people are following all the nerd drama this weekend. Seriously, popcorn and it's not over. I think even that drama unfolding over the weekend just shows us what a nascent area this is. It's something that we've been worked on for arguably 6-7 decades. But it seriously is the tip of the iceberg. I actually gave a talk about 6 months ago saying, will we still be talking about OpenAI? And apologies if anybody is from OpenAI here. And it's not to say that one company can fall so much in this. It's just the fact that the story has not been written. It's too early. I actually did hear an investor not so long ago saying, well, it's too late to make money out of the fundamental research. Now you just have to move to, sometimes people's understanding of how big this is pales in the face of what it is, because we don't know. When we talk about the analogy of what's the tip of the iceberg, we don't know what the rest of the iceberg looks like. It hasn't been written yet. The technology we're dealing with today, the state of the art, we're talking about transformers, that will be replaced in time, and the conversation will change with it. Another interesting thing that's changed of late is in almost most panels and discussions I would have been involved in over the last year, there was always somebody, and it's right to have this kind of difference of opinion happening, that people always advocate, regulation stifles innovation. If Europe continue on the path they are with the EU AI Act, they're going to get left behind. The US, China, Russia, everybody's going to forge ahead. But the last couple of weeks have been really interesting. We've had the EU AI Safety Summit that really did zero in on the big threats, cybersecurity, bioterrorism, a lot of conversations around bias and misinformation, disinformation, and how dangerous they are to society. So the focus there from the UK is that this is not something that's going to be left unregulated anyway. And, you know, the US had to, you know, pip them at the post and release their own declaration 2 days before, I think it was, and outlining how the federal government are going to address AI and regulate it, and the requirements on the companies delivering AI, and the applications and the safety that's going to have to be adhered to in order for it to be deployed. So I think back actually only on such a recent panel where people were still saying, no, you can't regulate it, it's too early. The jury's back in, it will be regulated, everybody needs to pay attention. The nature of the regulation is what is now in discussion, and that is actually probably as important as the ideas themselves to regulate, how you regulate. The debates right now are kind of around, do we just regulate the end user applications? Should there be any regulation and responsibilities pushed back on the people building these foundation models? The arguments for are that these foundation models are so powerful and what they can be used for can be so detrimental to society, they need to be regulated, we need to monitor what they're doing. But the counter argument to that has been, well, the minute you do that, you're pulling up the ladder and it's the incumbents who are there right now, because open source, it goes against the idea of open source to be able to have to regulate and people to be able to, the ownership of it for starters is an issue. But you have to look at also the fact that a lot of this is going to be decided in the near term anyway, near to medium term, on cost and spending. It costs billions to run those foundation models. This is not somebody can do in their garage, right? But as I just said, that's just based on the transformer approach, the approach that we've been using. That is not going to stay the case. If we all acknowledge the pace of change over the last couple of decades, you have to acknowledge that we don't know what's coming next. You don't know what's been invented. Just because you weren't in the room doesn't mean can know possibly what's been invented across the globe. And there is billions, hundreds of billions being invested in not just developing the LLMs, their applications, but a new approach that will usurp transformers. And the transformer approach, if that's done, and we can do this in a more lightweight way, could mean that kind of power is more people's hands. So even how we think about regulation, we've got to be really acutely aware that things are going to change so fast that the reasoning behind how we regulate may change and may change rapidly. And we need to stay abreast of that. So here in Ireland, we put out a call for an AI expert council. And we will be convening that shortly. There's hundreds of applicants for experts across the country, and I'm sure there's a few here today who applied. So thank you to anybody who applied. It was amazing to see that many people show an interest in taking part in something that's going to be so important for Ireland, which is to be able to advise cross-government in an expert council. And that will be convening shortly, and I look forward to talking about that again in the future. And that's really important, such an important time to be able to convene this. If you're in business as well, it's an interesting time because I've had conversations with people on boards where they're nervous. They see the media, they're kind of aware that they should do something in AI, but then they see the media and they're going, oh, it's just so, it's dangerous and it's risky and it's whatever. So it's really important that if you're in that position and you're making decisions, to really inform yourself about what is the AI you're talking about, you're interested in, that could help your business. How does that pertain to the media stories? Because a lot of them are real, and there's real risks, concerns here today and in the future, but they're different. Sorry, excuse me. They're different, right? There's, understand what's an expert system. A couple of those applications you talked about there, they're expert systems. What's a large language model? How does that change? What is a foundation model and the fine-tuning you can do for your business? That's an application. And what is the fundamental AGI? So all the nerd drama that was going on this weekend was about how far, a lot of the discussion was how far have OpenAI gone, how far have other companies gone in its quest for AGI, which is the super intelligence. And the worry there always is, will we lose control? If we lose control, what does that mean? Are there safety in place? Is there guardrails in place? And how should we put them in place? How soon should we put them in place? Who puts them in place? What do they look like? Really hard questions because we don't know what the other part of the iceberg looks like. But I would also say to anybody in business, you cannot look away right now. You cannot say too risky, not for me, can't do it, let's not, we're the board, we're all about risk, we're going to mitigate risk. Well, there's a very real risk to your business if you look away. It's a risk in terms of innovation. Look at your products, look at what you're selling, look what your USP in the market is, look what your moat is. Could that be eroded by somebody else leveraging a foundation model, a LLM, and eat your lunch? You know, what is it about your business could you improve upon by leveraging AI now or in the future? And how do you protect your business as well in terms of the upcoming regulation? Because the problem is, if you don't look at that for your own business, you can be pretty sure one of all of your competitors are, and in a year's time or 2 years' time, you'll wake up and wish you actually addressed this quicker. So saying it's too risky is not a strategy for a company. It's not all the same, that you can't just blanket all of AI. So I would encourage anybody who has been looking away, try and re-engage. There will be a lot of supports here in Ireland as well, innovation hubs that people can go to seek advice to help their businesses go forward as well. And highly advise anybody to start engaging on that as soon as you can in order to be able to develop the strategy in the near term, but also medium and long term as well. But it's kind of interesting, we're talking about, you know, the regulation that's upcoming, how businesses can go forward. There's a lot of people here today, you're probably going to start on new projects, maybe you're going to found a business, maybe you're going to develop something in-house, maybe you're expanding your research. But what's really important to recognize is, because the regulation and stuff is moving, if you want a strategy to stay in business, the idea of most of the regulation, even though it hasn't been finally written and the how you meet hasn't been written, is to put a human at the center, make sure that their safety, that their future prospects in life, that nothing will impact them. And if you can use those use cases, then really think about what you're using it for, think about if you're in HR, if you're in employment, if you're in health, if you're in safety, if you're in fintech, those will be regulated. Even if your area right now doesn't fall into it, well, you know, think about whether you have a moral and ethical responsibility to address those things, because it's commercially sensible to do that too. Why would you want to develop a product or bring a service to market that arguably could end up not working for a certain cohort of the population, could have safety risks, you could be exposed for, and some of them would damage your brand because you didn't think about something carefully. So again, it's trying to have that balance. You can't be scared of this because you really can't look away, but equally, you've got to just keep in mind that your product will have that responsible AI approach to it, because that's a really good way to be sure that you're not going to fall foul of future regulation. And keeping that in mind is commercial as well as responsible as well. So, you know, you wouldn't bring out a product that only worked for a certain population, and if your board or your management asked you, well, does it work? How well does it work? And you go, well, not so sure. You know, we haven't really tested. I mean, to really kick the tires on what you're going to use it for, bring in a diverse group of people to soundboard this with, to brainstorm it, to come up with the edge cases and how you're going to address them, if you can address them. And just do a little bit of work in the beginning, because sometimes people look at the regulation, they literally look down, look away because they think it's too much. It's actually quite achievable if you do it early. You want to leave it late, you want to forget about it now and look at it in a couple of years when you really have to, that's when you're going to have problems. So it's not that onerous to build in those kind of safety metrics if you do it early enough in the process. And given the fact that we don't know how this is going to unfold, everybody's working really, really hard to define those regulations, try and help people understand what's going to mean in the long term. But to balance that right now is just to take a very sensible approach to it. You know, there's a huge amount of opportunity for Ireland in this. And I think I said it last year, and I think I mean, you know, this is even more important now given everything that's happened. You know, we have an opportunity here to take the mantle of ethical AI or responsible AI. You know, take it, say that when people see an Irish company or an Irish product and something was developed here, you know, it's got that seal of approval, it's kind of trustworthy, is that thing. And if everybody starts to work towards that, and it is supported by the government AI strategy, that we take that approach and we become known for it. It's ours to take if we want it. And I think at this point in the world that we're in, it's good to have a differentiator in the market. And being ethical and responsibility is definitely one that Ireland has the opportunity to take. We've a lot of great university groups you can collaborate with to bring your products out, to be able to think about this, to kick the tires on it, and kind of leverage what we have here in Ireland. We're a small enough community. Everybody here is extremely well connected as well, and you're here today, so we'll help those connections to be able to leverage it, and let's make a name for ourselves globally, because I do think that's ours to take if we want it. So I think I'll leave it there, and thank you very much. My old lady glasses. So this is the award for AI Person of the Year. The nominees are Kieran Gilligan-Lee, Conrad Bernath, Luca Longo, and Maria Artonglaki. Sorry very much. We're going to have a quick video just to show the nominees. Thank you.
Artificial intelligence and machine learning are powerful tools capable of providing scalable solutions to complex problems. But current machine learning systems can only learn from patterns or correlations present in data. This is a major drawback, as understanding cause and effect is crucial for making decisions, such as how asthmatic patients with pneumonia are treated. And as we all know, correlation is not causation. Fortunately, causal machine learning is a set of tools that can be used to identify the causes of past events and predict the effects of future ones. While this works in theory, in practice there are many obstacles to be overcome before these tools can solve real-world problems. My work addressed this challenge directly by creating new models that combine causal reasoning with the scalability of machine learning, providing accurate decisions making at scale. This allowed Spotify to base decisions on actionable insights, and this work was not just impactful for Spotify, it has been applied to many other decision-making scenarios, such as should we protect water wells in Kenya to improve health? What drug is best for this patient? And I was denied a loan online. Why? MIT Technology Review summarized the significance of our work, which was published in Nature Machine Intelligence, by saying it is set to improve automated decision-making in finance, healthcare, ad targeting, and more. My name is Kieran Gilligan-Lee, and by teaching machines cause and effect, I've improved data-driven decision-making.
Hello, I'm Conrad Bernath, and I'm thrilled to be nominated for the AI Person of the Year. As the head of the AI department at TPRO, we are committed to making a real difference in healthcare by alleviating documentation burden. We combine speech recognition with natural language processing to transform healthcare documentation. With our solutions, doctors now spend less time on paperwork and more time in doing what they do the best, caring for their patients. We're really proud to lead the way in making these changes, bringing efficiency and positive change to healthcare with our AI technology. Thanks for the nomination.
Hi, my name is Luca Longo. I am the founder of the Artificial Intelligence and Cognitive Load Research Lab at the Technological University of Dublin. With my doctoral and postdoctoral scholars, I have been expanding the field of artificial intelligence by contributing to the specific field of explainable artificial intelligence. Explainable artificial intelligence, XAI, is a field at the intersection of neural paradigm for learning with symbolic paradigms for inference and reasoning. Machine learning in general and deep learning in particular are subfields of artificial intelligence aimed at learning from high-dimensional data for the purpose of recommendation, prediction, forecasting, clustering. However, the model resulting from applying deep learning methods are always considered black boxes because they are difficult to interpret and their inferences and prediction difficult to explain. My research seeks to equip the models resulting from applying deep learning methods with argumentative capabilities in a way that their functioning and their interpretation and their explanation is enhanced. In summary, my research can help solve the very large-scale problem of opaque AI by providing feasible AI with trust and confidence, speed time to AI results for optimizations of businesses outcome, and mitigating risk and cost of model governance with transparency and compliance to law.
I have been working in AI for the past 30 years, machine translation, text summarization, neural networks, speech recognition, conversational interface design, and I have focused on conversational AI design for natural language human-machine interfaces, voice bots, chatbots, voice assistants. After many years in academia and in industry, I joined GlobalLogic 2 years ago, where I am conversational and generative AI design lead and a member of the Hitachi AI Policy Working Group. I have always adopted a hybrid approach to AI. I have been preaching for explainability in AI since 2018, explainable conversational AI, and more recently, explainable generative AI, for transparent, responsible, ethical, design-led AI development that keeps the human in the loop and in control. By addressing equity, we can ensure that AI development will support a sustainable future for humanity.
That was excellent. I love all the mention of explainable and transparency AI. That's so much the future. So, I'd like to announce the winner. The winner of the AI Person of the Year award is Luca Longa. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Patricia. It's a wonderful speech. So we are now going to build on Patricia's commentary there. We're going to have a panel session. And we're going to talk about how Ireland can take advantage of this AI-driven world that we are living in. And I'd like to welcome on the stage Bronagh Reardon, Head of Data Analytics at Primark, also Board Chair at SADAR. Paul Brown, Programme Manager at Enterprise Ireland and author. Adebola Aloma, Managing Director, Deep Friend Media and Women in AI Representative. And we've got Ciara McCorry, National Technology Officer at Microsoft Ireland. If you could come to the stage now, it'd be great. As you can see up here, it's a tight stage. I've just got the fear of God that's going to fall behind and fall forward. So we should be okay. If we get through this, we will be good. I'll just start us off. Bronagh, would you mind just giving a brief overview about your background, a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Bronagh Reardon. I'm currently Head of Data and Analytics for Primark, or Pennies as it's known here in Ireland. My role is threefold, one of which is to develop data analytics and AI strategy for the business. The second of which is to manage our entire function in operationalising the strategy. And a third element is around being a member of the Technology Leadership Board across the business as well. I'm also fortunate to be Chair of the Industry Steering Board for CEDAR, Ireland's National Centre for Data Analytics and Applied AI, and European Digital Innovation Hub for AI as well. I have a long history in data analytics and AI, going back as far as when it was called data mining, data science, etc. Worked across multiple industries and can really understand and see the problems and challenges that businesses have, and it's a great opportunity to be able to help advance, and especially where we are now, what Patricia mentioned as well. AI is for everyone, and it's a really fantastic opportunity for businesses as we move forward as well. So delighted to be here.
Thank you, Bronagh. Yourself, Paul?
My name is Paul Brown. As you mentioned, I'm a published author currently working for Enterprise Ireland. So like many people in the room, were writing and involved with AI before it was cool. I do want to call out the person that should be on stage, and I'm going to name check Saoirse, who's going to be very embarrassed when I mention that. And the reason for calling out Saoirse, and the team are sitting here. Saoirse, could you just put your hand up so people can follow you later? Sorry, she's going to have words with me later. She didn't realise she was going to do this. But what Saoirse and I both share is a focus on practical AI. So, great that there's a large number of people in the room pushing the boundaries of AI, but a lot of Enterprise Ireland's work is in democratising that and getting that into the hands of companies as well. And Saoirse's team are involved in the very practical side, and no doubt we'll come back to that later.
Thanks, Mark. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Ciara McCorry. I'm the National Technology Officer for Microsoft Ireland. I cover sort of broad variety of technology-related elements within Microsoft, but specifically I'm the lead for artificial intelligence for Microsoft in Ireland. Very focused on the ethical and responsible application of that technology, as many of the people have already said and will probably continue to say throughout the remainder of the morning. There's such a focus at the moment on generative AI, especially. We're really seeing that front and center and right in everyone's face at the moment, the amount of exposure that it's got and the impact that it's going to have in terms of transforming the way we work and the way we use technology can't really be overstated. So it's crucial and essential that we have the right safety mechanisms and the right frameworks around that and its usage and its application. And that's something that's very important to me personally, but very important to Microsoft as well. And it's probably the most fundamental area that I focus on in terms of AI from a Microsoft perspective.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Adebola and I am currently the managing director for a different media agency. So what we do is help a number of companies who have marketing tech to understand their stack and help them just see what's the best place to put their investment. Doing this across Europe and the UK and in Africa. And something else we're currently doing, which is really fun as well, is just with AI to see how much investment they can save so that they're not investing in so many tools that are bringing in little or nothing to the mark. And women in AI, I lead communications. And what that does is it helps us to speak, to engage, to empower, to showcase what women are doing in the field. Especially just make sure that we're seeing as many forms of inclusion and diversity as much as possible. So it's very nice to see as many women here today. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us. Brona, if we start off with building and growing a data team, which you've done a few times, why is Ireland a good place to start to do that?
I think today's testament to that as well, and the many people you have here and looking at the world, it's amazing what talent we have in Ireland. I think that's one of the key elements as well. Ireland is a very welcoming community, and we've a huge number of centres such as Cedar as well that are there to support startups and corporates getting on the AI journey. So I think the community itself and the focus on innovation, research, and moving forward in this space is phenomenal. As I say, I think we have a wonderful community of meetups and supportive environments for people to understand what's available and how they get that support as they move through the maturity curve. I think diversity and inclusion, as we've just mentioned there, is phenomenal within Ireland, and it's really important that we harness that and continue to advance diversity and inclusion when we're moving forward and developing AI models for the future. I think as well, we've got a huge number of companies here. We've got lots of jobs available in this space around data analytics, technology and AI, and we'll continue to do so. We've many major global organisations here who want to move forward in this space, and we've many of our own startups as well. So I think as a community as a whole, we've got all the elements needed for success for the future. The other element, I think, is education and awareness, and as Patricia mentioned, as an ambassador for Ireland and also the AI Advisory Council, organisations and initiatives like this is really important to help advance education, awareness, insight, and also help the public understand why we need to move forward in this space, but from an ethical perspective, as Patricia mentioned as well. So I think as an ecosystem, we have all the component parts that we need. We've got the vision, we've got the mission, and really bringing everyone together around that is fantastic.
Thank you. Adebola, building on that point from the diversity perspective, tell us about the work that Women in AI does and the importance of initiatives to ensure that we've got kind of more diversity, we've got more inclusion as well.
Women in AI has been doing quite a bit of work when it comes to diversity and inclusion. And one of them is empowerment, really. It's just really amazing how much work goes into the tutorials that we have. We have those tutorials we do every month called Women in AI tutorials with some really technical things going on in there. I have a marketing background, so I even made sure that the last time we did one, a whole month just focused on how AI is transforming marketing. So those are the few things. Last week we were at PyCon Island, coaching and teaching about, how the technology is changing and how you can actually have so much more of this one. And it's women doing this. So it puts women at the forefront of, this scenario, giving inspiration to even another generation of women to say, I can do it. You know, if women are really doing this, this is something that I can do, this is something that we can do. Another thing we do, especially on our social media platforms, if you're not following us on LinkedIn, this would be a good time to just check it out. So on Women AI or Women AI Ireland, we showcase the work that women are also doing in the field. So that also just tells the story, and it just helps to inspire, to motivate, to just helps us see how much progress has been done and how much more can be done.
Thank you. Kieran, I've been in the world now of AI for, going into my 6th year. I've interviewed over 500 leaders in AI, and each day I feel like I know nothing. I'm looking to go as this just happened. So I can only imagine business leaders trying to upskill their team, stay ahead of the curve with technology skill sets. How do we go on that journey, and how do we stay ahead?
Well, first of all, Mark, I'd say you're not alone in terms of feeling overwhelmed by the amount of change that happens in the AI world. We almost joke internally in Microsoft about what happened in the world of AI overnight, because it all moves at such a rapid pace in terms of development. So it's so for a start, it's very difficult to keep up with. And over the last probably 9 to 12 months with ChatGPT really and the LLMs becoming really mainstream and people seeing the value that they add, alongside the inclusion of those technologies into other technological products that people use every day in Microsoft, for example, like the co-pilots that are built into PowerPoint, to Outlook, to Word. We now have this sort of dual challenge of people using generative AI technologies in their day-to-day lives when it's something new and novel, and also trying to rapidly build up their competence and their capabilities in using these tools. So it's a big challenge, and it's a challenge that's not unique to Ireland. It's a challenge that we're seeing globally, and it's a challenge that the European Union has taken on specifically in terms of initiatives for upskilling right across society. And specifically within Microsoft, just a couple of weeks ago, we launched an initiative for AI skilling right across many different sectors of society. So this is skilling, sort of foundational AI training, pretty much for anyone that wants to understand the basics and understand what AI is all about and what generative AI is all about, and how to use it. A second pillar around how to use generative AI in the workplace as well, so skills for jobs. And then a third pillar around driving more awareness and understanding of generative AI technologies in the education system as well. So we have a program called Dream Space in Microsoft Ireland, where we bring in kids from primary and post-primary schools, and we've been operating that over the last number of years, and we've an ambition to engage with 1 million children on the island of Ireland, and a new element of that now is around education for generative AI. So I suppose to answer the question, bit of a long-winded answer, right? But I suppose the answer to the question is, we need to cover all of the bases around education and driving awareness and understanding of generative AI and its capabilities, from a general population perspective, from those people that are in the workplace, and sort of from grassroots, from the ground level up in terms of education. And that's the only, I think, covering all three of those areas is the only way to be confident and be assured that we'll get there, and we'll help the state achieve its target of having 75% of businesses using AI by 2030. So unless there's a real investment and a real effort put in by the state and by industry, not just Microsoft, but everyone has a role to play here, and we're not going to get those skill levels driven up so that people can really leverage and grasp the opportunity that Gen AI presents.
Paul, Patricia said a really interesting point, because there's so much excitement out there, and every business leader has got FOMO. Every director, board is saying, what's your generative AI strategy? What are you looking to do? And there's always the moonshot that, I'm the first person to share it and talk about it. But talk to me about practical AI. How can businesses start to use some low-hanging fruit where they can actually feel like, we're being more productive?
I was really delighted to hear Patricia say that earlier on, because many of the conversations I was having with people at the coffee beforehand was around, I'm here because I'm AI curious, but I feel I shouldn't be in this room. And the reality is, to pick up something Kieran said, where you have some great tools available on people's desktops, but people are using maybe less than 10% of the functionality in Office and Excel. So in my thinking, it's to go back to basics. It's people know more than they think they do. So AI, even more so than many IT tools, is really drawing on business domain expertise and bringing that in. It has to be collaborative. AI is something that you do. It's not something that's done to you. So I know everybody in this room is here because they already feel that way, but it's how we spread that message to a wider audience. And then to kind of put that to a practical point of view, it's always think of your end customers or your end colleagues' business need and use that as the filter for, I could do 100 different things with this generative AI, but my next step is what's going to give me the most business value from a proof of concept in the next couple of weeks, to build momentum behind it, to give people the confidence, and actually even more crucially, to start gathering the data that I need to train AI or to run AI systems in my company.
Now, we're keeping the panel relatively short and succinct as is if today, but what I would love to get from all our panelists, and I'll start with yourself, Brona, is what are you most excited about with the opportunity with AI across business, society? What's filling you with excitement?
I think just to pick up on something Kieran said as well, I'm really excited about the opportunity. I'm really excited about really putting people at the centre. Education and awareness are fundamental. I think as AI continues to move forward, we need to ensure we're human-centred, people-centred, and we have the ethical focus. So I think humans will be AI's ethical compass. So I'm excited about the opportunities for people skills, because I think as we see AI proliferating more, AI skills are going to be really important, but as will people skills. Because, for example, some things may be automated, people will be freed up to do more value-add activities. So what are the other opportunities as individuals that we're going to have for new roles and new skill sets? And I'm excited about that element, and I definitely agree with Kieran around education. As I said before, AI is for everyone, so whether you're a leader or you're a manager or you're an end user or a student, everyone needs to understand how AI pertains to their role and what they're doing. So I'm excited about the opportunities for the people-centred, human-centric approach.
Brilliant. Paul?
A lot of my day job in the last couple of years has been helping companies win more sales in European markets in particular. And a lot of the time, why would I as a German company or a Dutch company do business with an Irish company? What's your edge? Why should I speak English to you when I can speak in my own language? And often the answer is a technical edge that Irish companies have, and we're seen to have a good, strong position in that. So where I'm getting excited about AI, I know you've echoed what Patricia said about ethics and data, but also, Ireland's playing to its strengths, not only in the startup and the digital space, but because AI is going to go across all sectors, that we can translate those sectors into engineering, construction, and other export industries as well.
Brilliant.
I think the last 12 months have been almost like a series of speed dates between people and companies and organizations and AI. And it's been a time when we've all sort of got to know what AI is about, specifically what generative AI is about. So looking backwards, I think this has been very much a dating exercise. It's been a long time since I've been on the dating scene, so that's the best comment I can make on it. But what I'm looking forward to is the evolution of that relationship into people starting to get serious with AI and starting to use it in meaningful ways in their companies. So we've been exploring and kicking the tires and getting to understand the opportunity and the potential. But I think over the next 12 months and longer, we're going to see AI really embedding itself initially in organizations. And with the launch of things like Copilot in Microsoft, we're going to see people starting to use all of these tools and technologies much more seriously and much more earnestly. And I'm really looking forward to see what that's going to bring.
Yeah, I'm super excited about the opportunities of gender inclusion and diversity. And for the first time in technology, in my opinion, it's at the forefront everywhere you go as people go now. It's not like playing catch up. So it's great to see that we're coming up even as the conversation about AI is also moving ahead. And so just to challenge everyone as well that let's keep it going. Anytime you see a call to action, poster, a group of people having to talk about technology, about AI, just look around and say, is there gender equality, inclusivity, is there gender diversity in here? And with that, we get more and more, we win more, we get more, and then at the end of the day, it comes really, really much better.
I'm personally really excited about AI in healthcare. Just reimagining our healthcare system and having precision medicine and having your own personalized approach to that. And to me, that is just so inspiring, and AI is particularly good in healthcare. And if we get our data transformation journey on that, it's a really good one. Thank you very much for your time today. Everyone, a round of applause.
Hello again. In my role as the communications lead at Women in AI Ireland, I have the utmost privilege to work with some of the most amazing and influential women in the field of AI. And every day when we look at the work that we do, it's just about striving so much to make a difference in promoting gender, inclusivity, and diversity. At Women in AI in Ireland, our work is actually created, our initiatives created to resonate with the local context while still supporting the global mission of empowering women in the field, of showcasing the amazing work that they're doing, and more importantly, of inspiring the next generation of female entrepreneurs, female business people, female professionals in the field of AI. And so today I'm presenting Women, the Woman of the Year in AI. The nominees are.
I'm truly honored to be nominated for the second time for this award. Let's start with some numbers. Did you know that only 22% of AI professionals are women? 15% of AI startups are founded by women, and only 10% of AI leadership roles are held by women. My goal is to leave this world a little bit better than I found it. I am committed to changing those numbers through empowering and supporting women and underrepresented groups in their career journey in AI. Over the last year, I've been promoting STEM in schools around Ireland to reach young girls and introduce them to possible career options in STEM and AI. Nurturing present and future talent is key in achieving true equality. As we're building the foundation of AI together, we need to make sure that AI is inclusive and fair, so we need more diverse voices around the table, that AI is ethical and responsible, following AI standards, policies, and regulations, and promoting social responsibility. I am committed to ensuring the ethical and responsible use of AI. Hence, founding 2 AI startups thus far in wellness and mental health. As we embark in this new era of AI, remember, it's not about individual effort. It's about all of us collectively working together to create a better future for the next generation. Together, we can drive positive change through innovation and inclusivity.
I'm delighted to be here today and to help increase visibility of women in AI. ICON plc is a leading clinical research organization helping pharma and biotech companies to bring drugs to patients. I combine my data science skills and biomedical research experience to help make clinical trials more successful. Among other projects, I developed AI engine of ICON's OneSearch site selection system. OneSearch AI helps human specialists to select right site quickly and efficiently. It saves millions in costs, reduces timelines, but most importantly, it helps to ensure successful recruitment of participants. It is an amazing experience to observe how my work helps to bring medicines to patients faster. In my company, I pioneer the role of women in AI by example. I'm also a strong believer that education and mentoring have a great role in ensuring diversity and inclusion. I teach data science at Smurfit Graduate Business School, supervise student projects, and mentor future data scientists as part of Smurfit's Global Leadership Program. I am honored to be part of AI Awards Ireland mission to increase visibility of women in the field. My vision, one day we will no longer need a separate category for women.
Hi, I am Nicole Baker. the CEO and co-founder of Biologit. I'm delighted and honored to be nominated by the AI Awards for Women in AI Person of the Year. I am an immunologist and pharmacovigilance professional with strong focus on innovation and over 25 years experience within academia, pharmaceutical companies, and more recently, a startup. With Biologit, I have built an AI technology platform that is transforming patient safety. I believe I am worthy winner for this award for several reasons. Just over 10% of the funding raised in Ireland goes to female-founded companies, and I am proud to be the CEO of one of these companies. At Biologit, we are committed to pioneering the way for women in AI and data science by actively promoting diversity and inclusion throughout the organization. We have a predominantly female leadership team and have established gender-neutral hiring practices, actively work to close the gender gap pay, and have clear career development pathways to facilitate the advancement of women in AI and technology.
And the winner of this award is Rena Maycock.
Now, this next award is AI within Young Role Model. Unfortunately, Ken Finnegan from Tangent can't be here today, and Tangent are sponsors for the event. If anybody's been to a Tangent event, they'll see how professional it is and excellent work that they actually do in the ecosystem. I'd just like to do a big shout out to Ken Finnegan firstly, actually, because if people that don't actually know Ken has been extremely helpful to myself and AI Ireland over the years, and he's done phenomenal work within the ecosystem. I got to know Ken from his time at IDA Ireland, and he was actually leaving that time and working in executive search. I got to spend a little bit of time with him, and he was so helpful in introducing me to different people in the ecosystem. And if you said you knew Ken, people had open arms for you straight away. So I just want to give a big round of applause to Ken, actually, right there. Okay, and our nominees are Anna Le Chevalier, Shengan Liu, Connor Kelly, and Megan Ratty, and we're going to have some short videos sharing a little bit more about their nominations.
Hi everyone, my name is Anna, and I'm honoured to be nominated this year for the Young AI Role Model of the Year Award. This nomination connects deeply with the work I do within the AI Preemie project. AI Preemie aims to merge biomedical science and AI to save lives, particularly those of expectant mothers and their babies worldwide. As the clinical research manager for data and AI, my role involves working with and managing a talented team that bridges the gap between clinical science and AI. Our primary goal is to develop an AI-powered solution for managing preeclampsia, a condition that affects numerous lives and families. Preeclampsia is a silent threat. Every 7 minutes, a mother dies due to this condition, and every 45 seconds, a baby dies from preeclampsia complications. Winning the Young AI Role Model of the Year award will be more than a personal recognition. It's an acknowledgement of the potential that AI can have to transform healthcare and also make tangible impacts on society. I'm committed to instigating change, making a difference, and inspiring others to join me in utilising AI for a positive change. I appreciate your consideration for my nomination for the Young AI Role Model of the Year. Together, let's forge a better future through the power of AI.
My name is Connor Kelly. I lead growth at HumanLoop. HumanLoop is a platform layer for building AI applications backed by Y Combinator. We help companies like Duolingo, Gusto, Amex, and thousands of developers deploy LLM applications, and we've helped tens of thousands of projects go into production to date. Outside of my work at Human Loop, I have done research at University College London, which is where I developed TaxBot. TaxBot is an AI Irish tax advisor which uses retrieval augmented generation on a comprehensive data set of tax legislation to perform the general duties of a tax advisor. This system beats 90% of accountants when given the chartered accounting tax exams, and is open source and is free to use at taxbot.ie. Beyond my work at Human Loop and my research at UCL, I also am very active on LinkedIn, where I speak about AI, the opportunities in AI and the future implications. I also speak regularly with media in Ireland, such as News Talk and The Independent.
Hi, my name is Meghna Ratti. I'm a data scientist with overall 4 years of industry experience, working in a range of different sectors from telecommunications, medical devices, technology, financial services, and utilities. My love for AI and data science began in my master's year, where I worked on a thesis using reinforcement learning and control engineering tools. I then moved on to IBM, where I worked in a large EU-funded project called Planet, which was to use the likes of AI, blockchain, and IoT technologies to further advance the supply chain analytics side of things. I'm now part of Accenture's Applied Intelligence team, and I'm also one of the co-leads in Women in AI Ireland, where we help women upskill themselves and develop their career professionally in the field of AI. I'm very honored to be part of the Young AI Role Model category in the AI Awards Ireland, and I wish all the best to all the other nominees.
I think it's fair to believe they were all pretty outstanding, so I think everyone should just get a round of applause if you don't mind. Looking back 20 years ago, I don't think I was doing anything remotely like that when I was at college, so well done to everybody. Unfortunately, our winner cannot be here with us today. They're still in China, but they have somebody to come up and collect the award. The winner is Chengwang Liu. So everyone gives a big round of applause for Chengwang Liu. And we have Kanwei Sun, who's going to come up and collect the award for Chengwang. If you want to come up. Wish you could be in all my photos at home. Thank you. So we're also very, very excited about this award. And this is Best Application of AI in Social Good. And this is going to be presented by Lorcan, a partner at Mazars. Lorcan, come to the stage.
Thanks, Mark. I'd just like to congratulate all the entrants, nominees and winners today, and delighted to continue our sponsorship of these great awards. The best application of AI to achieve social good, the shortlist is the finalists are Analytics Engines, Kilter Technologies, Sirio and Soapbox Labs.
In the tail end of 2022, we partnered with AFBI, the Agri-Food and Biosciences Institute. They were seeking a technology partner to develop an AI system to analyze seabed imagery, specifically to enable the detection and tracking of seabed objects. Historically, this has been a resource-intensive manual process. In partnership with AFBI, we developed a bespoke platform that can perform image annotation, deploy trained models, and perform detection and tracking on live seabed imagery. Not only has our solution introduced significant efficiencies for AFBI, allowing analysts and scientists to focus on knowledge work, it's had broader implications, equipping AFBI to shape industry standards on similar procedures, stimulating the enthusiasm for the use of AI to increase accuracy and scale up rapidly. Ultimately, this is a project in the ideal sweet spot for any technology solution. State-of-the-art technology that delivers a long-lasting impact, supporting the sustainable management of marine life populations.
Hi, my name is Rena Maycock. I'm the CEO and founder of Kilter Technologies. We are developing child protection software for smartphones that detects and blocks cyberbullying, grooming and suicide and self-harm content in messaging apps. On behalf of my team and I'd like to thank the AI Awards for this nomination. We are truly humbled to be included in this list of nominees. I came up with this concept 6 years ago when I realised there was no technological solution to help parents protect their children against cyberbullying and grooming when they gave their child a smartphone. The state of the art were parental control apps. Apps operate on a peer-to-peer system, so they cannot access data within other apps. So no matter how many parental control apps you download to your child's device, they cannot detect harmful user-generated content. We developed this operating system modification at the kernel level of the OS. It is at this point that we can access all incoming and outgoing data on a device, even in encrypted apps. We compare that information against our AI-driven databases for harm, and if we detect anything that fails the test, we block that message and we notify the parent. We will facilitate early detection and reporting of grooming and give parents an opportunity to step in if their child is being cyberbullied, groomed, or accessing suicide and self-harm material. Our mission is to become the machine standard parental control on all computing devices and make the internet a safer place for children.
Zero aims to evaluate key factors to prepare organisations, localities and regions to transfer and scale digital integrated care solutions for chronic disease management with a particular focus on multimorbidity. To achieve our aim, Zero will develop 3 new tools, new digital tools. The first is ProTransfer. It's a digital self-assessment tool for services and organisations to understand their level of readiness to implement, transfer and scale a new digital health solution. The second is the ProBCF checklist, or the ProAct Behaviour Change Framework checklist. And it's a tool that allows designers, developers and those implementing new digital health solutions to understand whether they've brought behaviour change theory into practice in order to maximise the likelihood of positive behaviour change with the end users of the digital technology. The third tool is ProInsight, and it's developed with IBM. And the tool will take data from trials of interventions from ProTransfer and ProBCF, as well as historic population data sets to understand the impact for a service in terms of implementing a new digital health solution. Now, when I talk about impact, what I mean is impact in terms of cost effectiveness of that solution, but also the impact in terms of patient care.
And the 2023 winner is Kilter Technologies.
One thing to note is that we endeavour in the next 3 to 4 weeks that everyone that's actually a finalist, there will be a podcast that you'll be able to listen in more detail about their applications. So we've probably got about 15 completed so far, and there's about 23 more to go. So stay tuned for that. We'll be able to actually have a listen where we go into a bit more about what the actual impact is and also how the problem came about too. Next up is Best Application of AI in Large Enterprise, which is sponsored by IDA. I'd like to welcome Dr. Nicola Woods to the stage, please.
Thanks very much, Mark. Whoops. I thought the stairs was going to get me, but it was actually the mic. So yeah, I'm delighted to be here this morning to present this award on behalf of IDA. We've been a long-term sponsor of these awards, and I just want to thank yourself and your team for all the great work that you do in terms of building the ecosystem and helping us to sell AI as Ireland as a location for AI investment. So as we've noted today, I think across the panel discussions and with the other speakers, is that this has really been an inflection point for AI deployment across various industries. And that's certainly something that we've seen within our own client base in IDA. So we've seen a doubling down in terms of R&D. Patricia will be delighted to know that we're seeing a doubling down in terms of governance, risk and compliance as well. But also then we see companies building out their learning and development activities to create that workforce of the future who can interact and synergize with machines. So the nominees in this category are some of great examples of, I suppose, AI excellence in IDA's portfolio. And those nominees are ACI Worldwide, Dell Technologies, Etsy, and Icon PLC. We'll now see a short video from the nominees.
As a payments facilitator, ACI's revenue is highly correlated with the cost of accepting and processing card payments, known as interchange cost. Considering that ACI processes approximately $4.5 billion every month in the bill payment sector alone, having an accurate forecast for the interchange cost is essential for the company's pricing and financial strategy.
Interchange cost prediction is a very complex problem, as it is affected by many different factors, such as merchant type, merchant size, payment amount, and types and brands of cards, but can also be affected by external market factors, such as changes in energy price or changes in customer behaviour and emerging payment trends.
Our approach introduced the implementation of machine learning models to enhance the company pricing strategy. And this innovative approach not only generates more accurate predictions, but it also provides solutions for the two main limitations of machine learning models for interchange cost prediction, which are flexibility to adapt to recent changes and visibility on how that prediction was generated. And it does all this while operating as a fully automated product, which is a fundamental part for large companies like ACI processing millions of payments every month.
Dell Technologies Managed Services provide fully managed and optimized cloud and IT services to a large and varied set of third-party customers. These services include the operation and maintenance of backup, storage, compute, and network, and also converged infrastructure, with a variety of monitoring and ITSM systems being used across each customer's infrastructure. With the global economic environment as it is, and with increasing cost pressures, all managed services providers are seeking to meet ever-increasing customer expectations regarding service delivery, but with reduced operational cost. To meet this challenge, we have designed a comprehensive multi-layered framework for managed services that delivers machine learning-powered solutions and automations across the entire service architecture. Each of these solutions adds values by themselves. However, they additionally build upon one another to deliver key capabilities that comprise the functional layers of prevention, detection, and reaction for incident management. So for prevention, we want to prevent incidents from occurring, but for those incidents that we cannot prevent, we want to detect them as quickly as possible in the detection layer and react as efficiently as possible in the reaction layer to minimize the impact on our customers. Examples of the impact to date include our backup services incident prevention model, which is trained on the millions of backup jobs that run on our customer servers. This is currently detecting proactively 18% of the backup failures, with this expected to rise above 50% as we onboard new customers in the coming months. Meanwhile, our intelligent ticket routing solution has delivered a 32% reduction in the number of tickets being handled by multiple teams and seen a 2% improvement in the mean time to resolve on the customers that it has been onboarded to. This is expected to rise to 5% as it is rolled out to additional customers in the coming months.
Etsy is a two-sided marketplace home to more than 6 million sellers and is a shopping destination for over 90 million active buyers. So keeping our marketplace safe for this community is paramount. At Trust and Safety Engineering, our job is to ensure that users encounter safe content interacting with our marketplace. We do it by leveraging machine learning at scale. We framed as a classification problem and trained a machine learning model to predict whether a listing violates our policies. Using transfer learning techniques, we first built a set of features by encoding the main signals for a listing, such as text and imagery. We use machine-learned representations from search, ads, and personalization at Etsy. We wanted to minimize the impact of any well-intentioned sellers, while successfully detecting any potentially offending listings in the platform, the typical evaluation trade-off between precision and recall. We have double precision and recall with respect to previous heuristics for some of our controls, and we are continuously training our models in order to better detect policy-violating content in our site. Furthermore, we still keep humans in the loop. Etsy stands by its mission to keep e-commerce human, but we are doing it in a way that leverages machine learning and do it at scale.
Icon, we're embracing the use of AI to accelerate the drug development process, which ultimately means getting medication to patients quicker so they would have healthier and better lives. We've used AI at ICON to develop a product called Cassandra, which reduces the complexity of drug approval. You're now going to watch a video which explains Cassandra in more detail.
Cassandra accurately predicts post-marketing requirements using real-world data on drugs and data obtained from the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, and the European Medicines Agency, the EMA's post-marketing requirement databases. This information is used by Cassandra to predict the probability that the FDA and EMA will require post-marketing studies. Cassandra's accuracy is 99% for FDA post-marketing requirements and 97% for EMA post-marketing requirements. This information allows us to anticipate the demands of regulatory authorities and define a mitigation strategy early in the drug development cycle, and this could be critical to the overall success of a new product.
So congratulations to all the nominees, but there can only be one winner, and the winner of this award is Dell Technologies.
Thank you very much. Next up is best use of responsible AI and ethics. This, I believe, is very, very important, as Patricia said, and as our panelists said, is that if we can have trust and privacy by design with the AI applications that we run, people will feel a lot more comfortable actually using them. And if we get this right, then you're going to feel a lot more comfortable selling the products and services. And currently, as it stands, the AIEO Act is close to getting ratified. However, there's still elements that need to be ironed out because you need to have the delicate dance between innovation and regulation correct. And if we get that correct, then Europe's going to be a fantastic place to do business. But there is still more work to be done. Our sponsor for this is our principal sponsor, Microsoft. I'd like to welcome Kieran to the stage, National Technology Officer at Microsoft Ireland. Everyone a big round of applause, please. I'm
going to be very careful and not touch anything. And I'm glad I'm not wearing high heels. I'll get straight into it. So thank you, Mark. Thanks very much. Nothing more for me to say. That was a great summary on the topic. And I'm delighted on behalf of Microsoft and AI Awards to present the award for the best use of responsible AI, or best use of AI in responsible AI and ethics. And the finalists, well, you can see on the screen there, but they're ESB, Get Visibility, Soapbox Labs, Webio, and let's take a few moments to hear their stories.
People safety is one of the key fundamental strategic objectives of ESB. So here comes the central challenge, which revolves around enhancing security measures for the electrical towers based on the public accessibility and safety to our contractors and staff who work in the field. Previously, somebody had to go to the field and write down location, public access, and the topology details of the towers. There are more than 40K tower locations on the network across Ireland. We have addressed this challenge by using AI image recognition. More than 40K satellite images used to classify these towers into 3 levels of accessibility. We took multiple models approach to enhance the results with greater than 90% recall and greater than 83% precision. The entire solution was built using Azure ML service. The classification of these electrical towers has improved our ability to manage these structures effectively and resulted in better security for the public and staff, maintenance and resource allocation. This AI application has helped ESB Networks business to prioritize the review of the critical assets. Our commitment to the responsible AI and ethical practices has demonstrated our dedication to the ethical technology use.
Hi, my name is Mark Brosnan, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Get Visibility. And I'd like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to share our story with you. We protect, find, discover, and contextualize some of the most sensitive information in some of the world's largest organizations. We're now operational across 41 different countries in 12 different industry verticals. Building a system that is fully transparent, observable, and explainable has been a really important part of our journey, and we believe is a really important part of deploying artificial intelligence in large organizations to solve real-world problems.
The knock-on effects of actually designing and considering with equity in mind actually are beneficial monetarily within a company, but people don't recognize it. So, for example, in the EdTech Equity Toolkit, one of the things that we found very helpful was to keep an assumption log, which is pretty much when you get your engineers and your product designers to all sit around and say, well, you know, I assume this, so that's why we built it this way. And like the stuff people assume, the stuff we all assume every day is, you know, we write it down and when we see it there in black and white, we're like, but we never considered what if that's not the case? What if we did it a different way? And it's very, like, you're not going to sit down and solve all your problems in one go, but the knock-on effects for the company and for the industry are that you get different parts of an organization that are frequently siloed, all sitting together and discussing how to make a better product, and one that is more inclusive, one that is more intuitive, and it has a knock-on effect of just being an all-around better product, a better functioning company, better relations within the company, and I think it has a net positive effect in many, many different areas.
"2023 has been an amazing year for large language models and all the things that they can do, and particularly for Webio, because we've been in this conversational AI area for a number of years, and we've developed our own custom language model, working with our own natural language understanding engine and our own dialogue manager. We really give companies the comfort they need, that they have a secure, reliable, auditable solution that's also trained and worked to the highest ethical standards. People in the credit and collections business are very sensitive to the idea of their data going somewhere, but they're also sensitive to the needs of their customers. And many customers are, well, frankly, have many bills to pay and maybe undergoing some vulnerabilities in their life and experiencing vulnerability. And we can sense when that's happening in a conversation and help companies identify that more quickly and get customers to the right agents so that they're dealt with effectively. This is not only a good way of doing business, but it's also being mandated by the industry itself that it behaves in this way that's ethical and responsible into the future.
So some fascinating examples and case studies for ethical and responsible use of AI. I'm sure you'll all agree. And the winner from those four is Soapbox Labs.
So congratulations, Soapbox. Okay, so there's 4 awards to go, and then we're going to have a little bit of networking. So this application and this category is AI in startup. And this is a startup, this is an award that's particularly close to my heart because I've been in the world of startups, technically probably upstarts now, since 2018. Because when I was the co-founder of all this, I had the idea to take the research from the 85 people that I interviewed before I set up all this and share it with the community. And I created this not-for-profit called AI Ireland. And we made 50 podcasts, and it grew and grew from that. Wouldn't recommend doing 2 startups at one time, though, because it definitely certainly adds to your age and family sacrifice. But it's been an incredible experience because I get to see what's happening in Ireland, and I also get to see what's happening in abroad. And in all this, we're a specialist staffing AI agency with offices in Dublin, Glasgow, New York, and Austin, Texas. And like anyone that's been involved in a startup, there's good days and bad days. But what's amazing about it is you get to see the applications of AI being applied and running this as a case study. You see the impact that it has. So it's really, really important to what we're doing and how we're doing it. And I'm so excited to be in the world of AI because I feel like we're actually just getting going. And from the technologists and the data scientists in the room, it's really exciting. But from a business perspective, being able to take some of this low-hanging fruit, apply it to your business, add massive customer success and drive this across every element of what you're doing. And the great thing is, most of the mistakes have been made already, so you can stand on the shoulders of giants and actually learn from them and start to apply it now. But there's so much more to go. So a finalist for this year's award is Data Science Wizards, Galvia AI, Social Voice AI, and Wise Health. And we're going to have some short videos telling their stories, which I'll play now.
While in this transformation journey, there are some barriers what organizations and enterprises are facing, like too many moving parts of technologies, multiple skills, high level of integration. This is through the entire AI cycle to take their initiatives into the production. And this is where our platform, which is an enterprise-grade Gen AI platform, is going to solve their challenges in terms to taking them from experimentation to production. What I can say here is that most of the time we think that building a machine learning model is a significant part of AI journey. Yes, it is, but it is one of the critical part of AI journey. Most of the heavy lifting happens at the data engineering side to put that data into the right perspective, integrating the data sources, building a unified data pipeline, building the features, identifying the features, storing the features, the entire feature management and engineering process. Then you need to develop the model and the models which will be consuming these features and start giving you the inferences. But the real game starts when you are in production. And that is where it is expected that when you are in production, your models should behave the way it is expected to behave in the production. So what is also very important is to manage, monitor those models continuously.
The opportunity that CAR represents to us is a real finger on the pulse indicator of what students' needs are now, right now, this week, today. There's always been a lag in that kind of information. So the potential for that is huge in terms of being able to address things as they happen. We can see when students are asking questions, they are asking questions at 6 a.m. and at 7 a.m. and at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So at 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. they wouldn't get too many staff working at that time. So CAR has taken a huge amount of queries equivalent to a physical space with 3 people in there. So that gives you an idea of the time that it has saved our teams in responding to very repetitive questions. We chose Galvia because they really challenged us to look beyond the initial project that we set out on and helped us to see the long-term potential in using AI to support student needs. So we were starting small with an informational chatbot, but our vision was that that could become a virtual assistant. And it was one of our criteria in selecting a partner that they would have that vision for something maybe a little bit bigger. Becoming a virtual assistant for the student, prompting them when a deadline is coming up, reminding them about an assignment, telling them the book had come into the library. Like, we've seen very, very few other universities do that. And we want to be in that number, you know, and we want to be that university that others benchmark against.
Let me introduce Social Voice, a game-changing video analytics platform that extracts insights and intelligence from consumer media content that has never been seen in the market before. This is true alpha data. Our technology can consume video at scale from social platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Livestream. We do something never achieved before. We unbox every video, frame by frame, word by spoken word. From this data, we can tell what brands are being talked about, by whom, and importantly, in what context. We uncover emotion, categories, and topics never seen before. And we can use this data to identify and predict trends before they happen. Providing access to this unique data on its own to solve problems of brand safety is really valuable, And we deliver this as our influencer integrity report for digital agencies and brands to protect their investment in marketing campaigns. However, the real magic happens when we analyze data not from 10, 100 or 1,000, but millions of influencers together in a unique lake of prime, never seen before alpha data. And this is our North Star.
We believe the healthcare industry can be significantly transformed by integrating AI and machine learning with existing clinical operations. And that's what we're doing here at Wise Health. Harnessing AI and ML, we are improving patient care and enhancing clinical trial efficiency while streamlining day-to-day healthcare operations. The path to better healthcare for patients and society is through choosing clinics that can demonstrate their own real-world outcomes for a given condition and using that same data offer groundbreaking clinical trials to their patients. Wise Health's platform allows best-in-class clinics to do both. These clinics are choosing our platform to integrate, analyze and demonstrate their actual day-to-day results. Our return on investment software allows the better clinics to grow and patients to know they're getting the best care for themselves. Wise Health is democratizing access to clinical trials, opening the path for more clinics, more doctors and more patients to get involved in studies that are appropriate for them. How are we doing that? Well, we're powered by patent-driven AI, ML and blockchain. Efficiently, they unlock the power of digital data sets for better healthcare and drive clinical trial recruitment to a much wider patient pool. This AI-powered Wise Health platform elevates patients from being passive users to informed healthcare consumers and accelerates completion of potentially life-saving trials.
And the winner is Data Science Wizards. Our next award is a new award, which is Best Application of AI for Sustainability. And this is an award we're very, very excited about. And we're absolutely delighted to have Dublin City Council sponsor the award. And I've had the opportunity to liaise with the team at Dublin City Council. And I've been so inspired with the work that they're actually doing. They invited me down to their innovation day that they had for their employees. And it was incredible the different types of innovations that they were doing just to make Dublin a great place to live. And one of the examples came to mind was something small, but it was really big. I'm from inner city Dublin, Dublin 8, Cumanum originally, and a lot of the houses are small. And so if you have a bicycle living in a house like that, it's tricky because you're falling over the bicycles, particularly if you've got kids or whatever. And they came with the idea to have like a kind of a bike rack outside that kind of closes over, where you can actually put the bikes in that, so you don't actually have them in the hallway. But what I loved about the idea was they trial it for 6 months. So they see how it goes, gets the feedback, user experience. If it works well, they keep it. If it doesn't work well, they remove it. Similar to having a park bench, having it close by. And I love that kind of walking in the user's shoes. And this is just one of the innovations that I came about from it, thinking, you know, this is really good because you're citizens, you're living in Dublin too, and I've been really, really inspired by that. I'd like to welcome to the stage to present the award Ross Curley. He's Head of Economic Development at Dublin City Council. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you, Mark, for the introduction and the acknowledgement of some of the great work being done at Dublin City Council. We're delighted to be supporting the awards this year. It's our first year supporting them. I know we've probably been attending over the years, but I'm really, really happy to be supporting a new award this year, AI and its application in sustainability, which is obviously so important for us as a city. So as I said, I'm here from Dublin City Council, and also represented here are our Dublin Place brand. I also note colleagues from our data unit, from our local enterprise office. Have I missed anyone? Smart cities, obviously. How did I miss them? Obviously, applying this technology in an everyday setting, as Mark alluded to. So look, absolutely blown away by some of the nominations, some of the talent, some of the progress that's been made, and what really strikes me is just how quick it's all happening, and you really cannot look away, as was mentioned earlier. So here we have four businesses that have been nominated in the AI's Best in Sustainability. We have Gemo AI, Analytics Engines, Hire, Compare, and Relive Hub. So we're going to hear and see a short video outlining just what they're all about. Thank you.
According to the World Health Organization, noise is the second largest environmental cause of health problems worldwide. It is more than an annoyance. It has a profound environmental impact, seriously harming wildlife and contributing to a range of health issues in humans. And our planet is only getting louder. By the minute, more planes, more wind turbines, more urban expansion. The consequences? Massive. For instance, one medium-sized airport like Dublin or Brussels inflict around 1 billion in damages annually. This includes mental health issues, chronic sleep deprivation, and cardiac problems. That's exactly where our tool steps in. Think about it as a Shazam for Noise AI. We've built an algorithm that can recognize and label different noise sources in any audio recording. With this, we empower industries like airports and wind farms with automated noise reports. These reports not only indicate the level of noise that breach acceptable levels, but also traces their origins. Because to solve a problem first, we must first understand it. By identifying and understanding these noises and their causes, we're not just reacting, we are proactively tackling a major environmental and health issue. The ultimate goal? Enabling noise-intensive industry to swiftly report, pinpoint, and mitigate noise issues for a quieter, healthier, and more sustainable world for everyone.
Hire Compare is a pioneering startup in Ireland aiming to revolutionize the traditional plant hire industry by introducing a digital, green, and AI-driven platform. The company addresses the lack of innovation and sustainability in plant hire practices, offering a central website powered by AI to connect consumers and plant hire companies, promoting environmentally friendly and economically viable solutions. Their vision includes leveraging AI in various aspects of plant hire, such as automating tasks, enabling predictive maintenance, remote monitoring, data analytics, enhancing customer experience with AI-powered assistance, and more. Hire Compare's impact resonates with a shift in the mindset of plant hire providers toward embracing a sustainable approach, attracting customers who appreciate the platform's economic and environmental benefits. They strive to make a substantial impact on sustainability, climate action, carbon emissions, employment, and everyday decisions through their innovative approach. Their journey, though challenging, reflects a new paradigm in the industry, driven by experienced leaders aiming to share their vision and mission for a sustainable future.
Relive Hub's project started from summer 2022, is working on how we can optimize people's engagement with the remote working hubs, in the sense they can minimize their commute time, how they can have better well-being, how companies can benefit from that, how hubs can be optimized in terms of the operation, how we can increase the awareness of the people, and so on. And at the end of the day, because of all these things, how we can help reducing the carbon footprint of the country toward 2023 and 2050 of the Irish goal toward the climate action. If we have a digital copy of each hub, that means any kind of the interaction, users, anything that happens in terms of that specific remote working hub can be sent to the digital copy of that hub. Then we can apply AI and machine learning on that data. We can generate insight, we can generate decision makings, we can generate optimization approach, etc., and we can send it back to the remote working hub. So that's the place we can start implementing digital twins for remote working hub. This project is about the people. It's not about AI. It is not about technology. The vision is to help people to have healthier, wealthier, happier life.
congratulations to all shortlisted in the category, but there is only one winner as always. And for the best application of AI in sustainability, a big well done to Gemo AI.
Next up, we've got best application of AI in healthcare, which, as I said earlier on, I'm so excited by. It's just such an inspiring offering that we can just all roll behind. And there's so many different types of applications within that. Presenting this award today is Brian McElliott, Head of Machine Learning and AI at Partner at Mason Hayes & Kern. Brian, thank you very much. If you wouldn't mind coming to the stage.
Thanks very much, Mark, and thanks everybody at AI Ireland for putting on fantastic awards again this year. We're delighted to be back and sponsoring the AI Awards. For those of you who don't know us, we're one of Ireland's leading and largest law firms with over 600 employees. I'm very proud to say we are the only law firm in the country with a dedicated AI practice. To those of you who kind of wouldn't look too kindly on the lawyers, spare a little bit of a thought for us when it comes to AI, because if you read any of the reports out there, you'll see that by far one of the greatest professional areas that will be impacted by AI is the lawyers. So we are embarking on our own journey internally with regard to onboarding AI, and I can sympathise and empathise a lot with some of the sentiments expressed earlier about, let's say, fear of taking on the technology. But we're breaking down those barriers and really pushing ahead with our own AI adoption process. But back to the main event, and if we would like to move on with the videos for the nominees for Best Application of AI in Healthcare. Thank you.
We are delighted to have been selected as finalists for the Best Application of AI in Healthcare category at this year's AI Ireland Awards 2023. This nomination recognizes the work we've been doing in partnership with Global Logic, who are an innovative global digital engineering services provider and will provide head diagnostics with the digital acceleration that we require to get to the market faster.
The Head Diagnostics Neuro AI platform that we are collaborating on has the power to transform neuro healthcare delivery. Not only is it a groundbreaking development in the experience for patients, neurologists, GPs, and clinicians generally, it has the potential to transform health and life outcomes for Parkinson's patients globally.
Various reports from the United Nations emphasize the unequal spread of access to healthcare across the world. Disadvantaged communities are particularly hit, with neonatal conditions being emphasized. Our entry looks at disruptive technologies employing state-of-the-art AI and the Internet of Things to address heart and brain pathologies for neonates, with the view to empower the medical professional in any setting. There are many reasons for existing disparities. We propose the use of explainable AI implemented on state-of-the-art low-power electronic systems to counteract some of them. AI-assisted auscultation of the heart and AI-assisted sonification of the brainwaves are groundbreaking techniques developed in our group to assess the presence of congenital heart disease and seizures in neonates. We expand the concept of the widely used stethoscope to detect these pathologies through the use of compact yet highly accurate AI models. AI empowers the medical professional, and the performance is greater of that of AI alone. We implemented our models on a myriad of platforms ranging from ultra-low power microcontrollers to edge devices to mobile and cloud, giving maximum flexibility of use in any scenarios encountered in a medical setting. This technology is intuitive and does not require any training. At the same time, our techniques do not challenge existing protocols and practices. It is highly scalable to other pathologies and biological signals, which is currently a work in progress.
At Kinemo, we use AI to accurately track and quantify whole-body athlete movement from a single camera. In the high-performing world of elite sport, how athletes move is a critical factor in their safe development, their rehabilitation from injury, and progression of their sport-specific skills. Yet in virtually all busy elite sports environments around the world, movement is still only tracked by observation from their coaches or physios, or by feel from the athletes themselves. Keynote now provides a solution with a platform that is incredibly simple to use, has unlimited scalability, while still providing accuracy and consistency comparable to a biomechanics lab and gold standard marker-based solutions. Keynote, with its sports partners, developed an extended skeletal model detailed enough to provide a matrix of actionable metrics and analytics on athlete movement across exercise. Each metric trained in our lab against market-leading marker-based solutions to ensure the levels of accuracy required for top athletes and their teams. To achieve this, Keynote brought together a multidisciplinary team across biomechanics, AI, computer vision, sports physiotherapy, coaching, and sports technology. And of course, elite athletes are just the tip of the iceberg, with huge value in its application for community and youth sports, consumer gym, fitness, personal trainer markets, online and remote physiotherapy and healthcare, consumer sports-specific skills development, broadcasting, analytics, and many more.
In Lean, our mission is to simplify an overly complicated world of well-being and to empower our customers in their journey to self-improvement and a better quality of life. Our founding team has over 30 years of experience in different aspects of wellness, and together we have created a truly unique set of improvement tools combining lean methodology, a holistic approach to well-being, and AI.
Lean In is not just another AI health platform. It's a harmonious blend of cutting-edge technologies that utilizes state-of-the-art AI and machine learning algorithm. It harnesses the power of advanced machine learning techniques, from generative AI to NLP to pattern recognition, classification, and predictive analysis. What sets our AI apart is its personalization. It crafts a tailored digital roadmap that caters to your individual needs and aspiration to take you from where you are to precisely where you want to be.
For me, Lean In is more than just a workplace. It's a platform where I can contribute to a cause that resonates with my very core. The very belief that everyone, regardless of their background, deserves access to tools and knowledge for a better, healthier life.
Congratulations to all of the finalists. The winner, though, is Head Diagnostics and Global Logic.
Thank you very much. Connor, I said there's a few people here wanting you for Christmas photos, if you're available. Just the perfect, everything's so good with that. So next up, we've got Best Application of AI in a Customer Service or Consumer Application. Digital transformation has given everybody the desire to have a Netflix-style experience where the customer feels that they can have a self-service, but also an ultimate impact that is just easy to use. And business leaders are under pressure to give that ease of use while also making sure that it's relevant and focused for the people that are actually targeted to. I've had the pleasure to work with Vulture Ireland this year, and it's been lovely to see the passion that they have around the tourism area for Ireland and the work that they do behind the scenes to have a massive impact for destinations. I also get the opportunity to learn about their ambassador program and the impact that these events have in Ireland. Before I welcome Patricia Matney, Business Development Officer, Conferences from Vulture Ireland, to the stage, we've got a short video about the ambassador program that I'd like to play for you now.
Putting on a conference really puts your field on the map internationally. It not only puts the country on the map, with colleagues from all over the world, but it puts your own discipline on the map worldwide.
The support we have got right from the get-go has been incredible. We understand from Fáilte Ireland that the event itself alone will bring in €1.6 million into Ireland that week. It's a great platform to show Irish food and all that's good about Irish food to a global food audience.
I love people from abroad saying, I've never been here before, it's a marvellous convention, and I know that people will go home and they will talk about the IAPS convention. So these are all the knock-on benefits of having this convention in such a lovely setting.
This is great professional exposure for us in the ADAPT Centre here in Dublin City University to host such a prestigious conference. Fáilte Ireland have been very supportive in helping us select the most appropriate professional conference organisation. So if somebody was thinking of hosting a conference but we're a little bit unsure about what to do, my first advice would be to go to Fáilte Ireland and seek out advice from professional experts about what's involved.
Good afternoon, everybody. Similar to Dublin City Council, this is Fáilte Ireland's very first time sponsoring the AI Awards. It's a pleasure to be here. I've personally learned a huge amount this morning, and the future of AI in Ireland is incredibly bright, and hopefully, based on the video you just saw there, we would love to see an international gathering of minds in the field of AI in Ireland in the future. Fáilte Ireland are always looking at original, engaging and innovative ways which can attract more leisure visitors and business delegates to the island of Ireland. Solutions which are intuitive and capture the imagination of our target audiences. And therefore I'm really excited to see the creativity showcased by this year's nominees for the best use of AI in a consumer or customer service application. The nominees are Global Logic, Lip, Tax World and Webio, and we'll see some short videos now.
At Global Logic, there was a prevalent lack of a robust knowledge-based operator for employees to get essential information about the company, its policies, projects, historical data, and other related information that help in their onboarding and employee collaboration. This deficiency hindered the smooth flow of knowledge and hindered employees from accessing essential information they needed to perform their roles effectively. To address these issues, Global Logic came up with a Gen AI-based, user-friendly knowledge-based operator. This operator is intended to interact with employees on a series of questions and provide access to relevant information swiftly. This system enabled employees to create, share, and collaborate on project-related descriptions and other materials to reduce redundancy and enhance workflow efficiency. The Gen AI based on knowledge operator has revolutionized how our organization shared knowledge, which boosted productivity and cross-team collaboration and removed the need to raise tickets and subsequent follow-ups. It empowered our employees with quick access to information, automated content generation, and fostered data-driven decision-making, removing the need for gatekeepers and unnecessarily business silos.
So I recently launched a new AI tool. It's called Lip. Lip allows any person to speak any language on the planet within seconds. Like this.
Je parle maintenant français. Bonjour. 我喜欢说中文，现在很容易.
Bro, it started out, they would take these
As pessoas estariam filmando com uma jaqueta.
Wybuchają bomby, a oni stoją tam i filmują dla telewizji.
承诺合作抗击疫情. We will continue our active efforts to take China's cooperation and make new and greater contributions to advancing the noble cause of the UN.
So how does it work? We use cutting-edge AI never before seen to manipulate the individual's mouth movements to make it look like they're speaking a different language. Say I'm an influencer and I make a video. I want to put it into 10 different languages. I simply hit this drop-down menu.
Ahora hablo otro idioma y puedo hablar en 10 idiomas diferentes.
Or I'm on a video presentation to a Japanese client and they don't speak English. Click the drop-down menu and hey presto.
私のプレゼンテーションへようこそ。ご参加いただきありがとうございます。これが私のピッチです。
Anyone doing a video presentation can now speak a different language, and it only takes a few clicks. Or maybe I'm editing a movie. With Lip, your edit team can put me into Vietnamese.
Chỉ trong vài giây, bây giờ người Việt Nam có thể xem phim của tôi.
And here's the best thing. You can try it out today. Follow this link, enter your details, and we'll set you up with Lip. Every single person in the world can now speak every single language in the world in seconds. Just Lip it. Thank you.
They were absolutely incredible, and congratulations, Mark, for the amazing community you've created here. I'm very pleased to announce that the AI Awards 2023 winner for the best use in AI in consumer or customer service application is Lip.
Well, if Lip doesn't work out, creating videos will be okay for you. You did really, really well there. Fantastic applications all the way through. And as I said before, the podcast will go into more detail about these applications, and you'll be able to actually see and hear. We got video and audio from that. Not sure if we can actually translate me and us in. That could be the next one. Think about that. Hold that thought. Our final award for the best application of AI in research is a particularly important research, because when you look at all the different work that's going on in Ireland, is we are primed to take advantage of this with so many good institutions on the island of Ireland. And this event is sponsored by GlobalLogic. And I got to know Declan Fay in Ireland 5 years ago, actually, on our first AI Awards, and he's been a worker and contributor towards the community, and he's really, really passionate about that. And when we're meeting for a coffee afterwards, I'd recommend, if you haven't spoken to Declan, you should, because he talks a lot of good sense and really, really passionate about the economy and AI for good within this application. If you wouldn't mind, I'm going to recommend for Declan to come up here, and a big round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. Congratulations first to Mark on the continued growth of what is a fabulous and vibrant community and network. Very privileged to have just been up here to pick up an award. I've usually been here as an attendee, so that's kind of added a little bit to the day for sure. I guess with every community, part of it is about learning and sharing. If you'll indulge me for a moment, I'll make a very quick plug to a podcast series that we created in collaboration with Mark and some of our key data partners, AWS, Snowflake, and Immuta. I'll steer you towards it. Hopefully you'll get some value and insights out of it. So on to the business at hand. I guess our business, we're very much at the front end of our customers' research and development efforts and their business transformation through digital initiatives. So very conscious of the role that the research and development ecosystem and community plays in enabling what we do in the commercial space. So honoured and privileged to present the award, and we'll hear a little bit about the nominees now in a short video.
In the ever-evolving world of healthcare technology, groundbreaking innovation is taking place. Today, we introduce a revolutionary project that's changing the game in Parkinson's disease monitoring. Tyndall National Institute leads a groundbreaking project, developing cutting-edge wearables designed to enhance the assessment and monitoring of Parkinson's disease patients. Innovation is at the core of this project. The devices gather diverse data, including movements, heart signals, etc., and employ advanced machine learning to identify key symptoms. One unique feature is the device ability to estimate blood pressure without traditional cuffs. For Parkinson's patients, this is a game changer as disease and medications can affect blood pressure, and cuff-based tools don't provide continuous measures. This project addresses critical clinical needs, ultimately enhancing lives beyond technology's realm. Together, we're changing the face of Parkinson's monitoring, one wearable device at a time. Tyndall, one of Europe's top research centers, is at the helm of this innovation, solving real healthcare challenges. Join us on this exciting journey towards better healthcare for all.
So the winner of the best application of AI in an academic research body is the Tyndall National Institute.
In closing, I hope you've all had a really, really good time. I know I have, and I just want to say thank you very much to attendees for joining us on today. There wasn't one person that had their phone on, and no ringing. That was just like, I think every event I've gone to, usually there's one, so thank you for that. Thank you very much to everyone that's applied. As I said, we've had over 500 applications since the starting of the 2018 of the AI Awards. And also a big thank you to the judges who actually take the time to actually judge across all the different applications and choose the finalists and the winners. It's a very, very challenging job. And a lot of the winners, there was literally 1 or 2 points in between. So thank you very much too. And also our ecosystem guests that throughout the year have been on the podcast, sharing their insights, or at our events, speaking at our events, or roundtable discussions. Thank you very much for doing that. I'd also like to say a big thank you to Liam McNamara, this gentleman here, who's doing loads of work in the background you may not see, but he's always the person that's making sure the boxes are ticked and keep an eye on that. So really, really appreciate the work, Liam. So what next? So if people here want to take action and they want to know what to do, well, by the end of November, there's going to be over 150 applications available on the AI Ireland podcast between less than 15 to 17 minutes that talks through who the company is, what problem they have, how they're using AI to solve it, and what's the impact. What impact does it actually make to improve people's lives or from a customer experience? There's also the opportunity to become an AI Ireland member, be involved in some of our events for 2024, and also an executive meeting where you can actually see what's happening in the market, see latest research, and also some competitor analysis if you're interested in that. I recently published a book called AI Unleashed, and it's taken 3 years to actually write this book. And Kieran from Microsoft said it would be redundant within 9 months. So you pretty much need to speed up and buy it if you want to get it. But within the book, I suppose it's more of a compendium. And there's 27 chapters, and it starts off with what AI is, what it isn't, what's hype, and walks you through the data transformation journey that you need to have talks about generative AI, and it weaves different case studies from Ireland and abroad that you can actually start to take inspiration from. We also have sustainability in there, talk about marketing and sales, but also from a regulatory point of view and an ethical perspective, what you need to know within that. At the end of the book and throughout the book, we've got different templates for you to use. So for example, one of the things that I'd like you to do today is pinpoint opportunities that you can use AI in your role today. What could you automate if you had the opportunity to do that? Just with a piece of paper and a pen, write out some points. Look at those points and thinking, wow, I spend this amount of time doing this activity. What could I be doing if I had more usage of my time? I then want you to speak to different people in your team or the business and ask them to do something similar. And you're going to have a lot of different ideas. And what you can do is pick the simplest idea to work on, the simplest one, nothing complicated, and try to come up with a minimal viable product about how you can actually look to automate that. Don't be concerned about the how, because there's people out there that can help you on that journey, but no one knows better the work that you're doing that you can actually help create a better experience. And in the book, I try to give step-by-step guides on a really basic level to get you started going with that journey. So please feel free, if the book is there, so please feel free to take a book. And if you do take a book, what I'd ask you to do is to purchase a book on Amazon and give it to somebody else. So you don't have to pay for the book, just take the book and just purchase a book and then send it to somebody who you feel needs the book as well, okay? Outside of that, I'll probably remember what I forgot as I leave the stage. But thank you very much for everyone's time, and I hope to get to meet you at the networking session now as well. Thank you very much.